You are probably not lazy. You're just misaligned with your purpose in life. If you're waking up late, doom scrolling, skipping the gym, and wondering why you can't stay disciplined, it's probably not because you're lazy. You just don't have a mission worth suffering for. I used to think I had no work ethic. There was multiple times in my life where I thought, I'm just being lazy now. But I was wrong about that. I just had no direction. The myth that people have in their mind is that misalignment equals laziness. But that's not true. People confuse burnout and boredom with laziness all the time. I see it happening a lot in the entrepreneurship space, especially with the younger guys who don't have a lot of experience, who've decided, okay, I'm going to start chasing what I want. I'm going to set out on my journey. And they don't start out with a very clear vision. They don't start out with a why and what they actually want to achieve. And they end up burning out very quickly and saying to themselves, I must be lazy. I must not be working hard enough. And you see so many online influencers who will just preach to you, work hard, be disciplined, put yourself through pain. But there's not a clear reason why. And these young guys, when they see that, they think, okay, if I just put myself through as much suffering as possible, that's the key to success. But that's not the key to success. That's the key to burnout. You can probably grind for hours on video games, socials, fantasy planning, and that's not laziness. That's just misdirected energy. Laziness is not doing anything even if it matters. Misalignment is no reason to care in the first place. I have never worked harder in my life. Back when I used to play Call of Duty for 8 hours a day and I was trying to get those camo grinds. And even though there were ups and downs, I pushed through because I had that clear vision. I want to try and get the dark matter camo. I want to try and get all the headshots and the zombie camos, all these different things. If the internet was down, I'd find a way to fix it. If I was on a losing streak, I'd push through the pain and get better at the game. This was because I had a clear vision. I had that clear target in mind. So there was never any point where I wanted to give up or I wanted to be lazy. When your vision sucks, your motivation dies. You're not lazy, you're uninspired. So what you truly need is purpose, and purpose will change everything for you. When you have a real reason to move, it stops being hard to show up. Your habits start aligning naturally. You wake up earlier, you train harder, and you stop tolerating average. You stop tolerating all these little things that have been holding you back in your life. Discipline becomes desire when the mission feels like yours. When you have that burning passion inside you to achieve something, you will not want to give in to these lazy urges. It will become your natural state to want to do the right thing and push through even when things become difficult. So how do you find that alignment? How do you find your thing? You don't wait for passion, you test fast. Try things with stakes. Try things where you actually have something to lose and you have something to gain, something where it's real. Don't try something where there is no barrier to entry and no matter what happens, you'll be okay because there's no incentive to work hard there. When I came to Thailand the second time, I flew to Koh Samui with only $2,000 in my bank account and a bunch of unpaid invoices that I was banking on getting paid out. Fortunately, they did. I took that money, ran with it, scaled up my business with my mate, and it worked out well. But I took a risk, a calculated risk, it paid off, and it allowed me to be where I am today. The stakes were very real, and that gave me the desire to wake up in the morning, go to work, and not get distracted by all these different things. I didn't want to go out and party anymore because I had that clear vision and very real stakes because I knew if I did not make this work, I would have to go back to Australia, I'd have to go back to my corporate job, and I'd have to start all over again. All the hard work I had done would have been for nothing. And when you're looking for your passion, stick with something that gives you energy. Stick with something which does not feel like a grind day in and day out. And this is where I think a lot of young entrepreneurs get it very wrong because they have all these outside influences and all these guys they look up to and respect, telling them take the hardest path, take the path with the most discipline, take the path that you're going to struggle the most. They end up picking something that which they do not want to do because they think this is better for them. That's not true. Find something that you enjoy doing and find something that gives you that rush of energy once you've completed it. I don't always enjoy recording YouTube videos, but when I've sat down, once I've fleshed out my scripts, once I've recorded the video, I get a rush, my vibration raises, and I feel like I can do anything. So find something which is going to give you that energy and give you that rush while you're doing it, and when it's completed, and you'll end up spiraling up, raising your vibration, and the process will become so much easier along the way. If you're a young man watching this now, and you're 18 years old, 20 years old, 16 years old, whatever it is, understand this: your purpose is not discovered. It's chosen and then proven over time. Most young men never get to the point where they say, my time is now, I'm going to make this work, because they're waiting for the purpose to just appear in their mind one day. That's not how it works. You don't get to a certain age and then have a purpose and then you start building your life. You choose your purpose. That is the beauty of being a young man in today's day and age. You choose your purpose, you choose what you want to do, and then you prove it to yourself day in and day out. Once I came to Thailand for the first time, and I experienced a life that I knew I actually wanted to live. When I went back to Australia to get more money to move out here permanently, there was a stage where I was working in the bakery in the supermarket, and some days I'd have to turn up at 3 a.m. in the morning to start baking. Freezing cold outside, not a good time. And I really struggled to do that. But the reason why I got through that is because the whole time I was thinking about my vision, the whole time I was thinking about my purpose, which was to stack up my money, get out to Thailand and transition to online businesses full time. However, if I didn't know, okay, in 3 months' time, this is what I'm doing, I've got my plane ticket booked, I'm out of here, I'm going to make this work. If that had just been my, okay, I'm going to do this for the next 20 years, this is my career now, it would have been an absolutely miserable experience. Dragging yourself out of bed at 2 a.m. in the morning is not something I could have done for that long. But because I was chasing something that I actually cared about, I didn't need motivation anymore. The alignment I had lit that fire inside me, and that gave me enough energy to push through anything that came up. So here's what I want you to do to take the step towards finding your alignment. Audit your life. Take a step back and ask yourself, is what you're doing now aligned with who you want to become? Is the actions you take every day, is the job you're working, is this the steps you need to be taking to become the person you actually want to be? If it is, fantastic. Double down, go harder, make any small changes you need to. And if it's not, get out of there as quickly as possible. Don't say to yourself, I need to suffer to prove something to myself. Don't say to yourself, I've been working this job for 3 years. If I quit now, I've wasted all that time. You are wasting every second you allow yourself to stay in that situation. So stop trying to force discipline with a misaligned life. That will not help you. That will just make life harder for you long term. Fix your direction first and discipline will follow. So if you're done feeling lost, hit subscribe, like this video, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know where you are in life and where you want to be. I am building a life of alignment, mentally, physically, financially, and I want to take you with me. So if you want any help building your life of alignment, reach out to me on Instagram. We can have a chat about it. And I'd love to see what we can do for you to take the first steps to help you live the life you actually want to live. This is something I'm very passionate about. And if you're passionate about it too and you want to take that next step, reach out to me and I would love to help you out with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, boys. Lots more content coming your way. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.